This is illegal. This is illegal. This is also illegal. Even this is illegal.
500,000 foreign patients last year and performing more than 150 nose jobs.
In Iran, drinking alcohol, 80 lashes. Dating someone who isn't your spouse, prison. Holding hands in public, the morality police will arrest you both. Alcohol fuels the revolution. Literally. Since 1979, Iran has been completely dry. The punishment: 80 lashes for drinking, prison for selling, death penalty for running distribution networks. Yet somehow, Iranians drink as much as Europeans. The World Health Organization estimates 3 million active drinkers in Iran. How is this possible? Meet the Saki, underground alcohol dealers. In Tehran, you can order tequila like you'd order pizza. You get a word-of-mouth phone number, send a text, and within 30 minutes, a guy on a motorcycle shows up at your door with vodka, whiskey, wine, all smuggled across the Iraqi border by coal bars, porters who trek through mountains at night, dodging border guard bullets for $50 a trip. But here's the dark side. Imported alcohol costs a month's salary in a country with 50% inflation. Most people can't afford it, so millions of Iranians brew homemade moonshine in their bathtubs. Arag Sagi. No quality control, no regulation, just desperate people trying to escape reality.
Take a look at this video shared by one of our colleagues at BBC Persian. Now you can see someone adding colour dye to make this look like whiskey and resealing bottles with plastic over a hob. Now Hadi Neely also points out another issue in this tweet, that prohibition in Iran keeps taking its toll, people going blind or dying.
And that's when the poisoning happens. In 2025, bootleg alcohol became the top cause of poisoning deaths in Iran, 5% of all fatalities. Hundreds died. Hundreds more went permanently blind from methanol contamination. In October 2025, a deputy health minister admitted the real numbers were triple the official reports because most victims treat themselves at home, terrified of being arrested at the hospital. According to Médecins Sans Frontières, the real toll: 9,600 people affected in just 1 year. Imagine this. You go to a party trying to feel free for one night. You take a drink, and you wake up blind. Forever. But they keep drinking anyway. Because living sober in that reality, that's unbearable too. If alcohol is dangerous, dating is nearly impossible. Or is it? Under Iranian Islamic law, men and women who aren't related cannot touch, hold hands, or be alone together. It's called an illicit relationship, and it's a crime. So how do young people date? They live in the digital shadows. Tinder is blocked, but VPNs are everywhere. Instagram DMs have become the new singles bar. Secret meetups in public parks where you pretend to be strangers. Coded language. Constant fear. But what happens when things get serious? When they want to actually be intimate? Welcome to the biggest hypocrisy in the entire system, the sigha. Sigha is a temporary marriage, a religious loophole that allows a couple to be legally married for as little as 1 hour. Yes, you heard that right. You go to a mullah, pay a fee, sign a document, and boom, you're married for 60 minutes. You can have sex, hold hands, hang out, do whatever you want. And when the time expires, the marriage automatically ends. No divorce needed, no paperwork. The regime promotes this as a religious solution to modern dating problems. Critics call it legalized prostitution. But for young couples who just want to hold hands in a park without the morality police dragging them to jail, getting a sigay is sometimes the only survival strategy. It's the ultimate example of the double life, using the religious rules to break the religious rules. Now we need to talk about money. Because the double life, it's not free. While the 2026 protests are being driven by hunger and 50% inflation, there's a small group living in a completely different universe. Search Instagram for Rich Kids of Tehran. You'll see gold Ferraris, pet lions, pool parties in bikinis, million-dollar penthouses, Rolex collections, private jets. Who are these people? Many are the children of the Agazad, the elite government officials and Revolutionary Guard commanders. The same officials who shout "Death to America" on state TV send their kids to live in Los Angeles and London with stolen money. The same people enforcing strict Islamic law on everyone else. Their daughters are posting bikini photos from Dubai. This hypocrisy makes people furious. For the average Iranian, the economy is a nightmare. Inflation over 50%. The currency is worthless. Young people live with their parents until they're 35 because they can't afford rent. So, their double life is small. It's a cheap bottle of homemade araz, a pirated video game, a VPN to access Instagram. But for the elite, the laws don't exist. Police raid a normal house party, everyone goes to jail. Police raid a billionaire's party. The host makes one phone call to his connected father, pays a bribe, and the police leave. In Iran, freedom has a price tag, and only the rich can afford to pay it in full. So why doesn't everyone just rebel all the time? Because of the Basiji. The Basiji aren't the regular police. They're worse. They're a volunteer militia of regime loyalists. Normal people, your neighbor could be Basiji, your university professor, the guy selling bread at the corner store. They're everywhere, watching, listening, reporting. This creates a culture of extreme paranoia. When you host a secret party, you don't just close the curtains. You put soundproofing on the walls. You take everyone's phones at the door so nobody can take photos. You whisper. You watch the clock. You live in constant fear that a jealous neighbor will call the authorities and report you for hosting a corrupt gathering. One phone call and your life is over. This is why the current 2026 uprising is so shocking. For 40 years, fear kept the double life hidden. People were terrified of the Basiji. But now, look at this footage. People are fighting back. They're chasing the militia away, surrounding them, overwhelming them. The fear barrier has broken. When people stop fearing the spy next door, the regime loses its only real power.
The popularity of nose job in Iran, due to the unique expertise of Iranian doctor, have even opened the door to international celebrities.
Finally, there's one last act of rebellion you can see on every street corner: the nose job.
Two problems with my breathing, my nose, bacterial infection. That's why I had so many nose jobs. I found out that Iran's the country #1 for rhinoplasty.
Iran is known as the rhinoplasty capital of the world. It seems shallow, right? Why care about plastic surgery when the country is collapsing? But think about it. Under the law, a woman must cover her hair, her body, her arms, her shape. Everything that makes her individual is erased. The only thing she's allowed to own is her face. So Iranian women turn their faces into art. Heavy makeup, dyed hair peeking out in rebellion, and the perfect dolly face nose, small sculpted feminine. It's a way of screaming, I am here, I exist, I am modern, I am beautiful. You cannot erase me. And here's the most fascinating part: the white nose tape. The bandage you wear after surgery has become a status symbol. Some women wear the tape without even having the surgery, just to show they belong to the modern rebellious class. just to signal, "I'm one of the ones who refuses to disappear." It's a tragedy that they have to carve their own bodies just to feel seen. But it's also a powerful statement of defiance against a system that wants them invisible. Iran is not the scary black and white country you see on CNN. It's a country of color, desperate for life, trapped under a gray blanket. For 40 years, the double life was a survival mechanism. It's how they stayed sane. It's how they kept hope alive. But living a lie is exhausting. What you're seeing in the news today, the fires, the shouts, the state of emergency, the chaos, this is the end of the double life. The younger generation has decided they don't want to hide in the basement anymore. They want to dance in the streets. They don't want temporary marriage loopholes. They want real love. They don't want to risk blindness for a drink. They want to be normal. The walls between the indoor Iran and the outdoor Iran are crumbling, and once they fall, nothing will ever be the same. What would you do? Would you live the double life to survive, or risk everything to change it? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay safe, and keep your eyes open.